What's up, guys? All right, so I'm actually still filming from, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm doing back-to-back filming, okay? So I'm doing like a back-to-back video here. This time I want to do like a point of view, all right, in this FJ Cruiser. I should have done that in my Tacoma. I've never done one of those. So I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. I just want to show you what it's like driving a 2012 FJ Cruiser. So cue up the music and a little B-roll. Not like my Tacoma, no push button start, just a straight up old school key, which I'm cool with that. Little FJ Cruiser logo, love it. So one thing, I don't know if I pointed out in my last video, I actually got the rearview mirror up here with a camera built in. Now it's a little awkward to see. In the daylight it works pretty good. It's a little hard to judge. The quality's not that bad, it's just such a small screen, okay? But anyway, it's not that big of a deal, not that bad. So, let's see, I'm actually in a parking lot here, so back up. One of the only things I could complain about in this car, it kind of clunks in reverse. I doubt you can hear it on the camera. Actually, let me turn this AC down a little bit. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Let's see, let me get out of this parking lot here. Got some people pulling out. Clunks a little bit in reverse. Took it back into the shop at work, the garage there, and they checked it out. They greased some stuff, and they're like, yeah, a lot of these do that. Talked to some other people that had them, and they said, yeah, theirs kind of did it a little bit too. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Nothing's perfect, right? So hopefully this won't take forever. I can pull out of here. You don't have to sit there and just watch me waiting in traffic for 100 years. Look both ways, and we're out. The one thing I love about this FJ, I'll just go ahead and tell you, is the 4-liter engine, all right? The 4-liter is such a great engine. And I never understood it because all these people are always like bashing on the new Tacoma, you know, the new 3.5 liter. They're always hating on it, like, oh man, the second gen Tacoma was so much better with the 4-liter. And now that I can honestly say I have both, all right? Now the FJ one's a little bit different application, but still, the 4-liter is such a good engine. It's just so smooth. Good power delivery, even though it's a little less horsepower than the new Tacoma motor. It's really nice. I really like it. This does have a different transmission than my Tacoma, of course. This actually has a 5-speed, and somebody told me that these used the 5-speed transmission out of a V8 4Runner. I've not really done a lot of research to confirm that, so I can't say it's true. It's just what somebody told me. Unfortunately, I didn't sell Toyotas and work at a Toyota dealership when the FJ was a production vehicle, so I don't know some of that first-hand information that you learn, like when you're selling them, you know? Like when you're selling them, you know everything about them because you got to know your product, right? But I love this thing. Super smooth. You know, I've driven some Jeep Wranglers, and that was one of our, you know, kind of contenders for a vehicle when we picked one. Jeep Wranglers are not as smooth on the highway, which you don't expect them to be, you know. I mean, I knew that. If I would have bought one, I wouldn't have been disappointed because, you know, it's a solid axle vehicle. This has independent suspension, so rides really good. You know, more car-like. I'm surprised at the lack of body roll. You know, you would think that this would have quite a bit of body roll. It's really, I don't know if I want to say sporty. I've never had a sports car. I've never been a car person necessarily, but I mean, it handles curves really good. It doesn't have like a ton of roll. It's really good. I mean, you go around a curve, you can take a pretty tight curve at a pretty good speed. It's pretty planted, you know. It's good suspension. It's a very well designed vehicle. Probably one of the only other things I could complain about is you get a lot of wind noise from that windshield because it's so straight up and down. At the same time though, it's a really it's panoramic kind of a view, you know. It's a small windshield, but the view looks nice out of it. I guess because it's wide. I don't know. And then the dash is pretty flat, you know. One thing I like, I'm going to kind of switch hands here. I love how as you're driving, I don't know if you can see it good or not. I love my little compass there. I think it's cool. It changes as it goes around. So I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, overall good. You know, good power. I don't want to say it's fast because, I mean, it's an SUV, you know, it's a truck. It's not meant to be fast, but I mean, it's definitely peppy. It's not a slug, you know. Sometimes I'll drive this, and then like me and Eureka will go somewhere together, and we'll drive this because we just love it. We love driving it. I'll drive this, and then I'll go back to my Tacoma, and I'll feel like the Tacoma's a little sluggish. It's not because the Tacoma doesn't have enough power, it's just the way it's geared and the way, you know, the transmission shifts and things, that causes it to feel sluggish sometimes. But still really good. I mean, so if you want to pass somebody, it's, you know, plenty of speed. It picks up really quick, so I like it. No complaints with that. I don't know what the lighting's going to look like on this. I really can't look at the camera, obviously, because I'm driving. That'd be unsafe. And normally I would say, hey, you know, tell my wife to go with me. She's not with me today. She's actually in Japan. Went to see her family. Had a couple friends. Well, I had a friend and a cousin both getting married, so she went back for a couple weddings, and just to be with them. She's not got to go home for over 2 years now. We went in 2019. It's been over 2 years, because it was, I think we went in like February of 19. Wanted to go last year. We couldn't go because of COVID. This year, I probably could have went with her if I had enough free time, but I don't have enough free time, because when you get there, you got to quarantine for like 2 weeks, and I can't take off that much time. So, had a little scare at work at one point, and we went through some transitional type stuff and didn't know if I was going to be there. And so, really thought about if I had to quit. You know, I didn't know what things were going to be like. Thought, man, if I quit, I'm just going to take off like 2 months and we'll go to Japan. You know, like we saved money, we were ready for it. It's like, hey, we could do it. But then working it up, things ended up actually being really good and worked out better. So I'm still there, actually loving it. You know, having a good time, really enjoying it. So I can't be with her, but that's good. Sometimes you need, you know, she needs to go back to her home, spend time with her family. You know, catch up with them. Her grandmother is just like my grandmother, getting up there in years and not in the best of health, so she definitely needs to spend time with her. So some of this, I'm probably a little too chatty today, but I don't know, it's almost therapeutic, you know, just driving, talking to myself and the camera. If anybody actually watches all of this, you're great, you're a great person. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to talk about. Drive's good. I'm not going to shoot any off-road clips just because I don't really have anywhere to go. I mean, there's places around here, but I don't really want to go take this off-road today. But I feel pretty confident that it would handle it really well. So at some point, you know, I'll get it out there and I'll do a little off-road in it. But for today, that's it. All right, guys. So took my short little drive there, pulled back in at the house. Just kind of wanted to wrap it up. You know, hopefully that gives you an idea of what it's like to drive a 2012 FJ Cruiser. Never done one of those like point of view videos. Maybe I should try that with my Tacoma. I don't know. We'll see how this one turns out. But anyway, just goes to show you, all right, you don't have to have something brand new. You don't necessarily have to have anything fancy. You should just have something you like, you know. Otherwise, you're probably just wasting your money, right? So anyway, that being said, I really appreciate if you watch the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.